And we went into the audition and he signed in, and then the casting director came out and said, Blake? And Eric said, yep, that's her. And I just thought I was gonna die.
Well, I love romance. I'm a hopeless romantic. Romance is like everywhere in my life, but I had never read a romance novel.
Blake Lively was once Hollywood's golden girl, a fan favorite with a spotless reputation, until now. What was meant to be a career-defining film adaptation has instead sparked one of the biggest Hollywood scandals of the year, leaving Blake's credibility in shambles and Justin Baldoni emerging as the unexpected hero. The drama has unfolded in real time, with shocking text leaks, a sudden legal exit, and now a full-blown betrayal by her own industry friends. At least 10 major celebrities who once stood by her side have quietly, or in some cases very publicly, switched teams. And the question on everyone's mind? Did Blake just sabotage her own career? It all started with a film adaptation that should have been a perfect match. Blake, known for her effortless charm, sharp comedic timing, and clean.
And we went into the audition and he signed in, and then the casting director came out and said, Blake? And Eric said, yep, that's her. And I just thought I was gonna die. And she said, we don't have you on our call sheet. And he said, oh, and he put his agency's name. And so I auditioned, and I didn't know what to say in that moment. I was 16, and my brother had just written my name on a piece of paper, and they were...
Reputation was cast as the lead. Justin Baldoni, the film's director and co-writer, was all about positivity and heartfelt storytelling, a pairing that seemed like a match made in PR heaven. But before the cameras even started rolling, rumors of tension on set started swirling. Blake allegedly voiced concerns over poor set conditions, a lack of proper filming protocols, and even claimed that Justin made inappropriate remarks about her postpartum body. At first, it seemed like a case of a Hollywood actress speaking out, until Justin hit back with unedited receipts.
I love romance. I'm a hopeless romantic. Romance is like everywhere in my life, but I had never read a romance novel, and I didn't understand why. And I'm sure a part of that has to do with, like, you know, my unconscious subscription to, like, you know, the man box, and like, I shouldn't, you know, that's not manly. But I read this novel, and I could.
Suddenly, everything changed. In a move that shook Hollywood to its core, Blake's own lawyer abruptly stepped down, refusing to represent her claims any further. And if there's one thing Hollywood insiders know, it's that lawyers don't walk away from A-listers unless something big is at play. Almost immediately, the narrative flipped. Was Blake twisting the truth? Was Justin really the villain here? And most importantly, what was in those text messages that made her legal team back out so fast? That's when the celebrity betrayals started rolling in. One by one, Blake's industry allies began distancing themselves, unwilling to put their reputation on the line for a story that no longer seemed airtight.
So our director, Reed Morano, she did The Handmaid's Tale, so she shoots like really beautifully, really intense stuff, and it's the producers of James Bond, Barbara Broccoli, and you know, the action is incredible. But Reed was like, I really want to see this character. I want the audience to feel this character doing it. And when she was pitching it, I was like, I love it, let's do it. And then I realized that meant I actually have to do it once we got to set. I was like, oh no, I have to do these fight sequences myself.
And train and all this stuff?
Yeah, it was like a 4-minute scene with me and Jude Law beating each other up. And I mean, I'm winning, honestly. It's fine. Spoiler.
No big deal.
Yeah, no.
At first, a key co-star in the film praised Blake's professionalism, calling her a dream to work with. But when Justin's full, unedited text messages leaked, they realized major details were missing. Word on the street is they've been privately telling colleagues that Blake exaggerated small misunderstandings into major scandals. A longtime TV actress and friend who used to attend double dates with Blake and Ryan Reynolds was initially Team Blake, until she saw the missing context in the leaked messages. Since then, she's been noticeably silent on the issue. A move, insiders say, is her way of stepping back without making waves. The celebrity who introduced Blake and Justin to each other was initially torn between both sides until the text logs revealed how often Justin checked in to make sure Blake was comfortable on set. They reportedly told close friends that the belittled me narrative Blake pushed didn't match the Justin they knew.
It's so hard. I mean, look, first of all, being a director is a very lonely job and there's a lot of pressure. And I think the only way that I got through it is I just surrounded myself with people that were so much smarter than me. As it relates to the acting part, it's a heavy load to carry. I wanted to do as much justice as I could to survivors by making Ryle as truthful as possible.
A major streaming executive was reportedly in talks with Blake for a big project, but as soon as the scandal hit, they froze all negotiations indefinitely. Justin's calm, professional response earned him more credibility, while Blake's narrative, crumbling in real time, made her a risky bet for future projects. A star from a major film franchise, who had previously worked with Justin on a charity initiative, went into the scandal neutral. But after the overwhelming number of contradicting receipts surfaced, she pivoted to supporting Justin, calling the scandal a distraction from the real story, the actual film they were making. A filmmaker who had been considering Blake for an upcoming role did their own research, reached out to industry insiders, and immediately backed off. According to sources, they're now actively avoiding working with her, fearing another PR disaster down the line. A well-known talk show host, usually known for staying neutral, shocked fans by subtly siding with Justin. Insiders claim that after seeing the attorney's abrupt exit, they privately admitted that Blake's story had too many holes to believe.
I was like making like, I don't know, juice with like, there was this like maple water on set, and I was like, oh, water tapped from a maple tree, this is exciting. But instead of just like handing him a plastic red cup that I was drinking out of, I like went and got the martini glass, a crystal glass, and like shook it up for him properly, because you can't hand that man a red cup. Like, and so he's like standing on a dock with like mud around, and he's holding a crystal martini glass. It was just juice. Yeah.
This Hollywood funny man was waiting for the dust to settle before choosing sides. But after reading the full text logs, they reportedly told insiders that the missing context completely changed how they saw the situation. A major Hollywood name once admired Blake for her family-oriented image, but rumors of a secret recording, allegedly featuring Blake discussing how to manipulate the media, spooked them into silence. While the recording is unconfirmed, just the idea of it was enough for this star to pull away. Normally, Ryan Reynolds loves a good snarky tweet or a passive-aggressive jab. But during this entire scandal, radio silence. Early reports claimed he supported Blake, but after seeing Justin's unredacted text messages, sources say he started backing away from the narrative. His lack of public defense for his wife speaks volumes, and Hollywood is watching closely. At this point, Blake is running out of options. She can double down and fight back, but if Justin drops even more receipts, it could make things even worse. She could go silent. But in Hollywood, silence often confirms guilt. Or she could attempt a redemption arc, framing this as a misunderstanding. Or emotional misinterpretation. Meanwhile, Justin's approach is working. Instead of firing back with personal attacks, he's simply dropping receipts and letting the industry make its own judgment. And so far, it's working in his favor. Could more bombshells drop? Absolutely. This scandal has more twists than a Hollywood thriller, and Blake's next move will determine if she can recover or if she's about to fade into the background while Justin emerges completely unscathed. What do you think? Did Blake sabotage herself, or is there still more to this story? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and as always, stay messy, stay blessed, and never delete your receipts.